Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday.
Root Chakra Day.
Welcome, everyone to 5D Full Disclosure. Heaven on Earth. This is the morning Ascension gathering. And we are the First Contact Ground Crew team. My name is Buddha.
And I'm Jerry Pie.
And we welcome you.
We love you. Please, participation is key. How was everyone's weekend? We went through several portals, time jumps, fucking black holes, you name it, it was there. So say hello. Welcome Telegram, James, J Patriot, Michael, Eggies. Wake up world, please. Yep, please wake up. And we give YouTube and Facebook a moment, but we've missed you. I mean, you know, being in the present moment, you don't really miss because we're all connected. We're always one. But yeah, thank you, Kat and Elle, for covering the weekends. It's a very good mix. It needs to be that, you know, everyone on the team has been trained for live streams. This is Mom, God of all creation's blueprint of sharing messages of truth is going live. Back in the day, they used the team goes through massive training, and the Galactics will make you push till you can't push no more, so you keep pushing. And they used to have these heaven karaoke 8 hours straight. I mean, singing, if it ain't your thing, an 8-hour heaven karaoke live on Facebook and YouTube is gonna kill you. I wasn't there. I actually was on the other side of the camera watching them. I'd go to bed because I was in the UK, and when I woke up, they were still on live.
Is that when you knew, like, this was... I mean, obviously you felt it already, but, like, we were pushing so much. I mean, it was just a dream at that point.
Oh, like... I remember one live stream, and so the guys were at Mission Hub, and they were clearing cabal weeds, and it was really long days. You know, these cabal weeds were a pain, and I witnessed firsthand the aftermath. Like when I got to the hub back earlier this year, I saw the piles of weeds. And we're not talking weeds, these were branches. These were hardcore branches piled high. And I'm like, oh. So basically they'd spend, I mean, Buddha can tell you, he was there.
Yeah, let's just say it was very transformational.
Surrender?
Full surrender. I mean, that's if there's anything that we learn is just the surrender and the allowance, because in those moments, you know, it was so multidimensional. You know, the weeds stood for blocking the waterway, and we had this beautiful waterway that had been blocked off and overgrown by these weeds. So of course God doesn't want those there, you know. And it was just such a transformational moment for everyone to work together as a team to learn how to do that, but then to put in that effort and then to go live afterwards and then just continue to push throughout the whole night. And I mean, there were piles. I mean, it was a lot of stuff. A lot. I remember, and it was like in this ditch, so you couldn't just like bring a truck down there and load it all up. Like you had to carry them up, and boy, was that fun.
Yeah, Bobby says, yeah, that was nuts. These were roots piled as high as Jerry. I mean, we tried to clean it up, but come on. But I remember the team getting roasted. I mean, Buddha's a classic example because Jason likes to go for Buddha for some reason. I have a thingy. But like, Buddha got roasted for brushing his teeth before live stream. And he was like, swallow. And then it was like, show us your feet, Buddha, because Buddha has these like
claw feet.
Atlantean feet. And he wouldn't. He was like... breathing. And so I remember like texting on the stream, I'm like, Buddha, come on, show your feet, until he finally surrendered. After like 10 minutes, he fucking shows his feet on live stream, and everyone was like rough. Cracking up.
That was a rough one. Yeah.
And then you had the tribunals, and everyone had to sit there and like confess their like well, like treason, pure treason for God, what they did, what they weren't doing, and it was just roasting after roasting after roasting. And you gotta know, these are fucking warriors here, because they will go through fire every single time. And then, finally, Buddha needed to cry on stream to kind of dissolve the masculine machoism. It took 5 hours.
Oh man, that was
We were
bad.
like, come on, Buddha. Where is the love? He was like, that's not there. I'm so angry.
Oh man.
And the girls were like, oh, and then finally Hope's like, Buddha, remember when we were in Florida? And he starts like, the feeling centers are there, but man, mission is not for the weak sauce, okay? So we can talk and share with you the truths of mom, because we were trained hardcore. You do not know what we would do for God. Only we know what we would do for God. What would you do for God?
Right, and now we can look back on all that and laugh, giggle at it, because it was very intense, but we're very grateful because now that, she has ascended and she left the template here with she left the foundation. These spiritual disciplines, they're second nature to us. It's just part of who we are now because of what she had us experience, and to really, separate the wheat from the shaft and really get to the nitty gritty of who you really are. Like, are you really in this to win it? Are you really going to give it all? I mean, we had to give up our entire 3D fantasy lives. And then we got chastised by our entire family and friends. Everyone thought we went cuckoo. Everyone thinks we're in a cult. We're crazy, yada, yada, yada. Yet they're not the ones following the stream, being consistent with our story to see what we're sharing day in and day out. We've been so transparent with everything. We have nothing to hide, because that's not the new paradigm is transparency. And you tell me or show me another group that goes live every single day the way we have. No one has. No one can, because they didn't have God to show them the way out. And it's just now a complete honor, to share our stories, to share these mornings with you guys, because we do have a lot to look forward to. And of course, we're all getting slammed with these energies. I mean, it can be very heavy. It can be very tough. Mm-hmm. It can feel like hell. But when you continue to allow that program to pull you down, it's like, ugh. You don't want to feel that way, yet you're feeling that way. And I know for me, actually, when I got into my crap, I was like, I could not get myself out, and it was really frustrating because it gave me almost like another layer. I was like, we had a meeting to attend to, and I'm like, was not present. I was still in my shit, and I'm just like, as the meeting started and I wasn't fully there, like it just compiled now, it compounded. I was just like, I got more upset that I wasn't able to just let it go, be transparent, and I feel that's for a lot of us. We're very stubborn and we're very hard-headed, and we think we know better, and we want to prove something. And I mean, for me, it's probably the macho programming still that comes out. I think Jerry was describing it like an old grandpa programming too that was coming through, and I'm just like, I finally got to the point where I'm like, yes, it's just all within me. I know, I let it go, I take accountability. But by then the meeting was over, and it was just something that I could really reflect on now and be like, do I really need that many moments to transform it? And I feel it was just like that stubbornness of trying to prove something, or just hard-headedness. I didn't want to let it go, and it's just so dumb. Because the program, it's like, it is sophisticated. It'll like keep scanning and trying to find out, like nitpick, try to like build its case even more, and it's just like, and you're just like, no, that's dumb. I've gotten over that already. Like, no, and you're finally like, have it cornered, and you're like, no, it is not who I am. Mm-hmm. It is not who I am. And I know it being like Memorial Weekend, there's a lot more people in the area, so it's just been really more of a processing for all of us to just continue to let it go, continue to be present, continue to just surrender.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting how with the level up, with the upgrade, it's like you take more on. You know, you go, well, I've dealt with my trauma. I've dealt with my shit. Why is this coming back, looping around?
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, it's like, yes, it's your stuff. That's the deeper layers of the program coming through your vessel, because you are an open vessel. You contracted to be an open vessel of love, to transform that for yourself and for your brothers and sisters. And so it becomes this like burden. It's like a burden, like why? You know, why is it that the sleepers don't feel what I feel? Why is it that they don't experience the symptoms I feel? And then it becomes personal. And guess what? It's not about you. We're all one. So we are all working really hard right now to get us home. That is an honor. And if you are not grateful in your experience of suffering, because it's all a lie, then check yourself. Come back to a level of humility. Come back to a level of compassion for yourself and for everyone else, because they aren't meant to wake up till the 11th hour. Our survey that we did a couple of weeks ago, and I was sharing, Mary and I went live on the Divine Feminine channel yesterday, and I shared with her how, I said, you know, so out of, because Mary hadn't been on our live stream, so she wasn't aware about the survey, and I said that the survey was asking how everyone was feeling in the present moment. And we got like a sample of about 1,800 beings, and I don't even know whether I mentioned this on Friday, but out of the 1,800 beings, I said to Mary, you know, we gave them options of the feelings: anxiety, excitement, frustration, anger, rage, joy, love. So I said, Mary, what would you say would be the two most prevalent feelings that the collective are going through right now? And Mary, being a fairy, how she is in her being, she's 73, she said, well, Jerry, it would be love in the unknown. And it was interesting, because that is the only true reality, love in the unknown, present moment of now. So then I said, well, interestingly enough, Mary, it wasn't. It was like 23% excitement, fake joy, and 19% frustration. I said, guess how many? And as a percentage, well, I didn't. I just went with it. I said, it's 6%, Mary. Those who are feeling love in this present moment is 6%. And that, she was like, wow. Yeah, wow. So it is a wow, because we have not anchored in our higher selves. That feeling is foreign to us. We get glimpses of it maybe half a day. This unconditional... Why are you laughing? Go on.
Mike's comment, I'm sorry.
Go
Mike.
for it.
Maybe Buddha's ego really just wants to be the old man on the porch telling those kids to get off his damn lawn.
Yeah, totally, Mike. Like,
Arrow's like, yes, Mike, Grandpa
totally.
Buddha.
I mean, Buddha
That's
was,
what that energy was that was coming through. It was like, ugh.
Yeah, because he was talking yesterday about respect. Like, there's no respect. I'm like, yeah, dude, get over it. Like, so what? And he's like, well, I do this and I do that. I'm like, you're such a grandpa. Let it go.
Oh, man.
Because I'm a grandma, too. I carry that energy. And so I know. It's
I'm
like...
slightly embarrassed right now. It's so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. And it's like, you know, and I'm like, it's like, how do we get through it? How do we get our way out? How do we dig ourselves out of this hole we created? Because, like, I've gone through these experiences enough where it's like, it can get really bad quick and ugly, or I can just, like, let it go, and then we can start to heal, and it just, like, begins to, like, just surrender, and oh, man, but the solution is just unbridled compassion. And just do what you got to do. Don't worry about anyone else. You can't. If you're sitting here nitpicking anyone else's experience, you don't know their experience. You don't know what they're going through. So for me to get upset over like a table being dirty or someone leaving a bowl behind, we haven't found who that person was yet, but we will.
But sometimes it's me, okay? In my unconsciousness, as conscious as I want to be with picking up my shit, like I went through a thingy and I just totally said, no, that wasn't me. And Buddha's like, I just saw you do that. I'm like, oh shit. Deep. It's deep, yo. We carry the dark. Do not be in your own fantasy thinking you are above everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, well, I've done this work and why are they so asleep? You projecting that blame means you're in some ego that you think you're superior.
Yep.
Let's bring you back down to reality. We are all equals.
Yep.
I'm no better than Buddha. I'm no better than Rora. I'm no better than Mary. And if for 1 second that was how I felt, I cut the fucking cords and send it back to sender. Because it ain't who I am.
Yeah, it's a sophisticated way to separate. Well, I've done this and I know this and you know, and it's just like, no, dude, we're all one. I'm just a reflection of you. You are me, I am you. And if there's dysfunction, it's because it's still within you. And it's very empowering when you can let everything externally go and just take full responsibility for just yourself, your actions, your feelings. What are you doing to make this world a better place? You know, what are you doing to help and build upon others? And I'll mention this again. It's the unbridled compassion that really, at least for me, gets me through those humps, gets me through those obstacles, because if that's reflected back to you, if you get that unbridled compassion reflected back to you, it feels good. It creates a safe space for people to see their own dysfunction, for people to feel into their own experience and know that they do have a place where they will still be loved, they will still be supported, they will still be able to evolve, because we all have this unbridled compassion for one another. We don't need to, hang them out. What do they used to say? Like, off with their head. I know Aora's really good about that, but
she has the contract to we've killed
we're going away from being very warlike to being very peaceful. And we've all obviously have been and lived many dark lives. So it's easy to have that reflection, or at least know, hey, we've been there. We don't need to be there no more. We, in fact, went there to flip it all back to love, to raise those vibrations so that when that stuff comes in, it's like you recognize it, we don't attach to it, and we flip it back to love like a pancake. Boom.
Okay. Easier said than done in these moments. But it is possible, and we will embody and anchor our high selves for all of eternity. So you are the game changer. Mm-hmm. Straight up. Mijo says disrespect for the feminine is being profound here in the West Wing mental health ward. It's like, no. Mm. We're in an all masculine ward and all the nurses are feminine. What the fuck? Motherly love so powerful. And then he says, the spoon ran off with a dish and the cow jumped over the moon. It's to the point of ridiculousness. It doesn't matter the words you say. What frequency are you vibrating from? That is the key. Aurora shared it in the Daily Disclosure Show. You got to look at that frequency table of feelings and emotions and gauge yourself. She recommended checking in twice a day. Just randomly ask your angels, please ping me when I need to check in. Mm-hmm. You check in, print that out, put it on your fridge, put it on your phone. Where are you at in the vibrational scale? Because if you are not vibrating in the same frequency as love, which is the ultimate, you're not anchoring in 5D, because you are 5D. Do you know the secret to heaven on earth? You, me, everyone. Those amazing med beds aren't coming. Trump and fucking JFK aren't coming to rescue your ass.
You want to know who has the keys?
You.
You do. Every single one of you hold the keys to having a blissful experience or a hellish experience. It's like you have the keys, but you don't know that you have the keys, right?
You're looking for it.
You're going crazy looking for the keys, and you're like, who's got the fucking keys? And then you start externalizing, looking under the couch, looking in the car. You're looking everywhere for the keys. Meanwhile, they're locked up in your heart.
Actually, not only that, you're looking and you think Esther Hicks has the keys. Okay? Fucking Sadhguru has the keys. Mother Teresa has the keys. No. Elizabeth April has the keys. And it's a hijack. Because these people don't know shit. Mm-hmm. They don't know the truth of Mother of all creation. They don't deal with the shadow stuff. Maybe they dabble a little bit, but they don't empower you. They don't say, listen, you do the work, and I promise you, we are going to get there. Mm-hmm. Mom said, it is destined. It is decreed by heaven. Everyone is watching. The galactics are watching. Your angels are watching. I was in such a spin last night. I didn't know what to do with these energies. Everyone was like in separation, seemingly. Because I'm like, Mom, I just went off on Gab. Gab went off on me. It wasn't highest. The way that I approached it wasn't coming from love. I didn't want to beat myself up. I just knew it was something that was coming through me. So I'm like, what do I need to do? I need help. Ask for help. Ask the angels, what do I need to do? And Mom came through and just said, divine example. Keep being the divine example. Mm-hmm. Like Buddha says, don't worry about anyone else. They will embody. We are destined to embody our highest selves. Take note. Nothing you could do will ever be wrong at this point in the game. Why? We are on the highest timeline. You can detour a little bit, wander off, learn a lesson or two, or 20, whatever. Don't leave your dysfunctional relationship. It's up to you. Don't leave your job that you hate. It's up to you. But in the end, you will. Why? Because it doesn't serve heaven on earth. It doesn't serve the new vision of new earth. You having your child at the school wearing a mask is not assisting the collective consciousness to leap into the sovereignty that we are. And that is a fact.
Yeah, and I want to dive into the energy of this stuff just a little bit more so you can see where the sophistication of like a super ego or spiritual ego will hijack, and next thing you know, nothing's getting done, right? It's like it becomes more like a standoff, like, oh no, well, I'm not doing it, and I'm not doing it, and it's separation, just the example of the bowl again, like I saw some plates that were left behind, like I made it a bigger deal than it was. I could have just cleaned it up myself, but there was this old grandpa that was coming through that just wanted to write everything, but wanted to write everything by going like this, right? Versus just being the example like Jerry says. And the funny thing is you exert so much more energy just going into that grumpy mode of like, and now this, and you're like holding on to it, and it's like putting pressure on yourself unnecessarily, where like had I just put it into right action, been the example, would have been done with, it would have been moved forward, and it would have created a clean space so I could just be happy again.
But the grandpa's saying, but that's just enabling.
Yeah.
And so, like, they will never learn. These
They'll
kids,
never...
it's like, these kids don't ever learn.
I'll leave that bowl there for a year until they see it.
So he's interrogating her. Is this your bowl, George? No. Is this your bowl, Gabby? No. Well, whose is it?
And then Jerry's like, I think it's mine. I'm like, I asked you twice already. Oh man, it's crazy, yo. The funny little things like that this stuff comes through sometimes. And as for me, as I zoom out and look at it, I'm just like, oh my God, that was dumb.
Okay, Mikey says, when I was your age, we washed dishes by the river. Walked 5 miles. Like, holy shit, where's your gratitude? You are such an ungrateful brat. That is it.
Funny?
Mikey knows.
And it's funny you say that because that was part of our training. Absolutely. You know, when we first got to mission, we camped. Mm-hmm. You know, we camped for many moments, and it was beautiful. It was divine. But if you were in the program, if you were a city boy, oh my God, you know, we didn't have hot water, so you wash dishes with cold water. You have a greasy meal, you better put a little bit more elbow grease in there, and you start to learn that you make a fire, you make hot water, and then you can wash your dishes accordingly. But like mom took us there. Like we went into those depths of those experiences so that when we got to these present moments, my God, running water, hot water, a running toilet, like those little things are so grand. Mm-hmm. Like such a big deal to have access to hot running water.
Mm-hmm. No, the training has been intense, and mom and the Galactics made the team experience it over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Should we have some Mama G? This is
Heavens, yes.
Peace portal opening was a complete success. This is on our YouTube channel, 5D Full Disclosure. You just go into the videos and scroll down and watch all of our videos. It's very grand.
large-scale geopolitical power of influence anymore after they lost the Egypt vortex last week and the Syria vortex on Sunday. Now, they are directing all their power to influence key people on the planet, such as members of the cabal, people with financial and political power, and people with media influence. Whatever they do, they will not be able to delay their fall much longer. September will be a very interesting month. End of quote. And quoted from Anna Markova. Dear children of light and love, we come to you today to congratulate you on the victory of light that has moved you closer to the final triumph. A major step towards the final triumph of victory of the light has indeed taken place on your Sunday of August, for you have done it again. Many of you have joined into the meditation of this past Sunday, and many of your energies have indeed been delivered to the center of Gaia and to all the souls that dwell therein. You have joined in the forces of light and have yet broken through the resistance of the dark forces. You have once again banded together and in unison have sung a beautiful song of light and love, and we applaud you for it. We applaud you as you are standing on the brinks of the new world that you are creating on your very own, every single moment of your existence. Each of your loving thoughts and vibrations have indeed been recorded in the eternal vibrations of the Creator and have then been showered upon your brothers and sisters in the wave of love and light. Many of you were able to truly act as the light anchors that you were asked to be, and have delivered such important light into the earth sphere. Many of you have experienced wonder on that day, and many have indeed cleansed their palate in order to invite more and more beauty and treasured moments into their lives. Nevertheless, there is still much to do. Rest not, dearly beloved, for the next wave of awakened ones is about to flood your streets and flood your internet. And we ask you now to be there for these souls, to be there and guide them. Guide them into the eternal love and light of the universal energies of truth and abundance. Guide them. Guide them well, our dearly beloveds, for that is what you came here to do, to guide, to anchor the light, and to be the light. Be prepared that much change is coming to your earth, for we are here. We are walking amongst you now. We are visiting those of you who are ready, and we ask that those of you who have indeed experienced seeing us and meeting us to speak up, and not to hold this information only to yourself, for it is highly important for your brothers and sisters to hear the facts from encounters with us directly from you. There is no need for you to protect yourself from us, for we are here to be of assistance to you. We are here to be guided by you and to guide you. We are here to work in tandem and in cooperation in order to restore the real value of your earth and in order to restore the truth. And so we wish to tell you that now begins the moment that all of you have been waiting for. The restructuring and resurfacing on your earth of amazing, magnificent reality of your earth magnificent past and history. Many more archaeological discoveries will be made in the months to come, and much more proof of our existence. Much more scientific data will flood your science gatherings, bringing direct proof of our existence. But even more so than that, the existence of the true history of humankind, the true DNA encodings, and the true reasons for why you are here on this earth. So much is coming your way, dear ones, for you are beginning to emerge out of your cocoons and are truly remembering the real reason that you came to this planet at this time. You are all remembering your missions here on earth, and most importantly, you are unlocking the gifts that bring you forth to humanity at this time. And so we say unto you that together we are building the new now moment, for we bring truth, for we bring light and love, for we bring bring the new ideas and infrastructures, social media. We bring peace, and we bring technologies with innovative thinking and ideas, but most importantly, we bring with us the vibrations to assist you to make all of this happen. For all that we are your support group. For we are not the ones making it happen. You, the ground crew, are. End of quote. Quoted from Salusa, from MADD. Love can be felt and be seen everywhere around you. Take it inside. Let it move through you and sweep away the last fragments of the old that have no power of you and cannot help you anymore. We know you understand our messages because they are sent with our love and energy within, and they are helping you with your transformation. They are not just words, as words cannot fully express our desired meaning and information that we want to share with you. There are many surprises waiting for you as long as you go along your path. And although many of you are prepared for all the spoken changes, you will still be amazed of so much more happening and changing in your reality and your lives. It is such a wonderful time to be on Mother Earth right now. She feels that so many people are returning her love back, that she is literally starting to glow. And we are all watching this beautiful change with amazement and happiness. Soon some of you will be able to also see it, as this is also allowing us to come to you and show ourselves for those who are ready. And this will allow others to get ready too. Stay in these wonderful energies and feelings, as we say so often, and leave all that is not serving you behind. We all from the Galactic Federation of Light are enjoying our presence here, so close to you, and are ready to create you within our reality. End of quote. We thought we were going fast since the solstice. Boy, the days are flying by. September feminine energy comes roaring in intensely, signaling peace and harmony on this planet. This will then be balanced by the masculine energies by the equinox, which will assist the planet into balanced harmonics. Quoted from Lisa Gahales. I have a deep inner feeling September is going to be one hell of a fast and furious month. The divine feminine will let loose on planet Earth equinox. End of quote.
Whee!
With all the recent energy events in the last 30 days, we knew this would ignite some powerful energies. On July 29th, we ignited all the vortexes across the planet, and 5D frequencies began pouring forth into all the vortexes. Now, planet Earth, which is actually a starship, has definitely moved into an intense vortex. Up we go. Choo-choo! Here comes the train, right on schedule. Quoted from Judith Kusel. Moving into the massive vortex on Mother Earth. Mothership Earth. In the midst of Earth and cosmic whole, there is an intense flux and there is a moving, a creation and a recreation going on, which is beyond the scope of what has happened over millions of light years, and now culminating into a new rebirthing and a new recreational order of life itself. As the planet is, and never was an entity on her own rebirth and reemergence is therefore now happening. Is therefore now happening, and there is not a form of life on and within her which will go untouched. She is moving into a higher state of as this whole solar system and universe is being transformed. Our sun is being transformed, and the great sun too. So there's not one particle, how small or big, which is not being transformed in its own essence. See, this is as a portal
Children playing. All good in the hood. I mean, you couldn't have had the most perfect syncs than that video showing up. And how Mom has said these next 3 days are going to be interesting. 3 days from now is the 9/9 portal.
Yeah, the energies of the 2001 incident, with 9/11, the Twin Towers, it is coming full circle now. I feel this is also playing a big role in a lot of the deep sleepers awakening. The fact that, we haven't forgotten, and for me back in 2001, that was probably the significant event in my life that woke me up, that really slapped me in the face, and I was like, whoa, true fear running down my bones, and I'm just like, there is something terribly wrong, because especially in the United States, you see all the wars going on all over the planet, but you would never think it hit your homeland. So now here we are, 2021, 20 years later from this major war on our land that started back when that hit, and it's not going to go away. There's so much evidence showing and pointing towards the controllers that orchestrated all that. So grateful now. I mean, who would have thought that it would have taken 20 plus years just to get to this point?
Yep.
It's been a long battle, and in the grand scheme of things, it's just a small piece of the puzzle, because this spiritual war has been going on for thousands and thousands of years. Fortunate enough, love has already won. Victory to the light. Everything is in divine timing. And we trust. We trust and we love. We trust and we love and we surrender. And we keep on pushing.
Yeah. And Mom said, it ain't going to be the galactics who are going to get us there. They're certainly supporting you in these moments with your angels. It's the first contact ground crew team, or the ground crew team. So we're first contact, you're ground crew team. Mm-hmm. We're all in this together. And she's saying, you're not really going to be fully prepared by the events that are about to happen, but certainly you're going to be leading the way. They will need you. Mm-hmm. These deep sleepers have a DNA activation code that you unlock. So not only do you have the keys for yourself, you have the keys that they need. Mm-hmm. Because they are going to spin. This was the highest timeline based on all the different timelines where we failed. Basically, we ran through every single one, infinite possibilities to this point. We watched Doctor Strange last night, and it was a good movie, basically. The codes were hot, there was a lot of interesting about your superpowers coming online. What does this spell do? And he was just discovering the whole truth of what he was. But something had to happen for him to give up that attachment of who he identified himself as being. To unlock the potentiality of our 5D crystalline vessel, you have to let go of all of it. The first thing he said when he knocked on the door to find the answer to his miracle was, leave everything you know behind. Mm-hmm. Mom says, I don't know shit. That is a good mantra to have in these moments. And the story unfolded, and it was very beautiful because it covered a lot of things. It covered the portal of no time, or beyond time, or what was it? Well, beyond time. It was the portal of the beyond time.
And it was awesome to see them directly address the ego program mind. They're like, straight up, let go of your ego, dissolve your ego. And they were calling out Doctor Strange for having major ego, and trying to figure it all out. So it was definitely nice to watch. And who doesn't want to create portals with their hands, dude? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I have been practicing Qigong for a moment, and these energies I didn't used to be so aware of. Like, when I went to my first workshop of the Qigong from my grandmaster, the first thing was I did feel the energy. He asked for volunteers, and I stood there in front of an audience, and behind me, he was directing energy at me. That I could feel. But then, later on in the workshop, he put everyone around in a circle, and he wanted everyone to see the energy. Now, what I saw was like on a hot day, on that road where from the distance you see this haze. That I saw. But then he said, now can you smell something? And some of the participants could smell jasmine, and I couldn't. And I knew I was onto something. It's like, this guy, this master knows his shit. And so I studied with Neil, Qigong, and even now Mom is coming through me to let go of the form to then pass on that knowledge or wisdom to team members who are feeling pinged. And we don't even know what we're doing with our hands. But the intention's there, the focus is there. Like, I'm doing those moves that Doctor Strange was doing, but no fucking light coming out of my hands. But they will.
Yep.
Because I know it. I feel it. I feel it when I touch someone for a massage. I know that I'm a vessel, as Mom was, for divine energy to come through if I let my ego fucking dissolve and just allow the healing to occur. I'm nobody. It's not about me. It's about the healing in each and every one of us, and the empowerment and the surrender that we have, that we are divine galactic beings. That is a little leap for some who are just coming into this awakening of who they are, outside of their unworthiness, outside of their, but I don't know shit, I don't have a certificate, blah, 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 blah. It's going to take training. And so the first thing we would highly recommend is to book an etheric surgery. Other than that, we have beautiful products handmade with love from our website. And we have a very beautiful special at the moment. It's called the Pay It Forward Plasma Pyramid Program. I wanted to share this with everyone. We have shared this on our Telegram channel as well as Skype, but this is something that Mom was very, very passionate about, was these light grids in these plasma generator pyramids. So giving the gift of plasma, what it is that we have a goal on mission for Mom to have 144 of these pyramids around the world. These are physical forms of the light grid that will generate the frequency to assist us in these moments to raise the frequency. So Gabby's created these 2 new ones. 3, okay, so this is really beautiful. These are 6. It's a 6 ball, basically. We have, he's been downloading codes as to what is the highest for the pyramids to anchor in more energies. The 6 balls, it was 4 balls, and now it's turned to 6 with a middle one.
There's a grounding wire at the bottom.
Yeah, and that's something that you can attach a copper wire to if you wanted a grounding energy around your home to raise the frequency. You just attach that to the ground with a copper wire. This is my favorite, the white one. For Telegram, we'll send photos because you probably can't see this, but we're showing it on screen. The colors on this is amazing. And so Buddha and I are being trained to do the whole process. Basically, the more energy of love and intention that goes in and unity for these pyramids, the more of that essence of 5D is going to go into this, to your home. So the program is about buying a plasma pyramid generator for someone. It's not for you. The intention is to gift it forward. You're buying a plasma pyramid at full price to give to someone. And it could be someone who is a deep sleeper. They will fall in love with the sacred geometry of this. They're going to go, what the hell is this? You're going to say, that's a Lemurian crystal. What's a Lemurian crystal? You know, there's so much conversation to be had by someone being gifted this, because it's a beautiful piece. Aesthetically. They don't need to know what it is. It's just going to raise their frequency. I doubt that the ego will go, well, this is a piece of shit. So anyway, you gift it to someone. Ask your angels, who do I need to gift a pyramid to? So once you buy that, you get a pyramid for free. The same amazing plasma generator pyramid for free. Basically, you're buying 2 pyramids for the price of 1. But the idea is the intention.
That's awesome.
5dfulldisclosure.org. Go into the online store. You'll see the Pay It Forward scheme, or Pay It Forward pyramid program. Not only that, we have a workshop on the 10th about how to make these plasma. The plasma technology is really important. Last night I was looking at the clouds after I had a moment with Mom, and I just released some tears because I felt really overwhelmed. And the clouds were luminescent. I'm like, wow, these clouds are pretty fascinating. And I tapped in, should I get my camera? And just said yes, so I just started filming. And what you see in the camera as to what you can see with the naked eye, so it was just a normal cloud. But in the camera, it burst into sparkles. Rainbow sparkles. It was going out and in, out and in. I'll share the footage tomorrow because I'm just using the phone for something else just now. But it took me out of my shit into the present moment. The galactics were like, we're here. Because I'm like, I need help. And they're like, we're here. Mom's like, we're here. Like, just talk to us. And I'm like, well, duh. I'm not separate from you. We are you. They're like, we're here. And there was like this fleet of cloud ships. Mom's like, you are on a mothership. What are you on about? We're already on it. And you're looking somewhere else for it. They were very low flying too. I'm like, Buddha, come and have a look at this. Something with the phone technology will allow you to zoom into the cloud ships or the stars, and it will like put on a show for you. Go outside on a clear night. Try it. It's all there.
Yeah, it's beautiful to connect that way. Mary's awesome at it, but just to go out and look up and know that they are there, you know, and you'll notice the blinking stars, they're communicating with you. And just trust the fact that just because they're not showing you the way you want to be shown, that they are still there, you know. So it's just a matter of moments, you know. What work have you been doing spiritually to allow that experience to come in? Because if you're not even vibrating anywhere near that level, you're not going to get those experiences, which is why it's so important to do the inner spiritual work. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for some replicators, some free energy, some flying saucers. Like, let's get it. Let's imagine how beautiful that world will be, not controlled by the ego program mind, but in true service and love to everyone. So,
carry on.
You all right?
I'm good. I was just lining something up if there are moments.
Cool. Well, I wanted to share my painting because
yes,
I have
please.
something to share. Cool. It's exciting. So I've been working on this for the past few days, and it is now finished.
Can I put it on? This is very multidimensional. Such a beautiful, intricate painting. Whee!
So there's some metallic paint in there and shine. It's a portal. It's mostly green for the heart chakra, but it's very healing. Took me some moments to create, but I'm very happy with it. And it's up for sale. For any of those who would like one, I also can make them custom based on the colors you want. And yeah,
I'm excited because I'm going to be learning. So I'm going to go into a canvas and do one of these beautiful flower of life. It's very meditative. I love the subtlety of it's a luminescent, and I know that there's a lot of love that goes into these paintings, you know, a lot of detail. I mean, Buddha was just sharing that it's not just one layer, it's like 10, because the way that it pops out and the way that the colors are combined and showing like a different, it's basically a portal, like he says. It takes some skill, and I have had some trepidation about using the canvas. I've always beaten myself up for not being a fantastic drawer or a fantastic artist, and I know that we all have that inner gift. We are all creators as well as creatives, and I know that I'm dissolving a lot of belief systems around drawing, painting, and the team really, really helped me on that. Like I had a moment where I was completing some of these balls that go into these plasma units, and something overcame me, and then I just really went ham on how ugly these balls were. Like, it was so ridiculously out of the present moment. No, it was just stupid. But I was in it. Like, I really didn't want to work with those balls anymore. I wanted to start again. That was the amount of hijack I was in. And I really had to